I love the Shrek films. I actually think Shrek 2 is my favorite of the series. That's the one where they go to Far, Far Away, right? Is that the name of the distant kingdom? Far, Far Away? I think that's the name of the kingdom. Yes, I think so. But that's the one when we first meet Prince Charming. It's the second one. I mean, but I'm a sucker for those films. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things to come out of the Shrek films, though, was Puss in Boots. I love the character. Then he had his first solo movie. I thought it was all right. There were definitely some super good highlights to it. Like some really good highlights to the original Puss in Boots movie. Could have been better, but still, I still was on board with the character, and I was totally down with watching more. And then they announced that there was going to be another Puss in Boots, but it really does feel like it has been forever since we heard any announcements. Well, now we got our first look. The first images for the new Puss in Boots have come out, at least the first image. And we've got this description. I literally just got this in an email from Universal like 5 minutes before the show started. But this is basically their rundown of what Puss in Boots is going to be called. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. And here's the synopsis of it. Academy Award nominee Antonio Banderas, I love Antonio. Too sexy, Antonio, too sexy. I love Antonio Banderas. Returns as the voice of the notorious Puss in Boots as he embarks on an epic journey into the Black Forest to find the mythical wishing star and restore his lost lives. But with only one life left, Puss will have to humble himself and ask for help from his former partner and nemesis, the captivating Kitty Softpaws, who's being voiced by Academy Award nominee Salma Hayek. Now it's listing some of the cast. Get this: Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek, Olivia Colman, who's up for another Academy Award this year, John Mulaney, who, of course, is a great stand-up comedian, but the voice of Spider-Ham. Florence Pugh, who's going to be in the new Dune, of course. Ray Winstone. I love Ray Winstone. Of course, Florence Pugh. This is a reunion for Florence Pugh and Ray Winstone, who worked together in Black Widow. So that's what we've got coming and is on the way. I'll tell you what. I'm looking forward to this. Look, I get it. Puss in Boots is not for everybody. But I adore the character. I think it's been done really well, even though the first movie wasn't all that great. But I'm looking forward to going back again. The voice cast sounds great. The little story outline sounds good. But let's face it, the story is almost secondary. We're just here to see Puss and all the great dialogue, and hopefully there's a lot of great dialogue. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm liking what I'm hearing from this. Anyway, Chris, you had a chance to see this and hear about it. You got any excitement or interest for a Puss in Boots?
This sounds adorable. And it's so nice to have Antonio back as the voice, too, because obviously for the DreamWorks shows and everything, they usually use a sound-alike for these. The great Eric Bauza has been doing those. He's wonderful. But it's nice to have Antonio back in the hat and boots, right? The cast sounds wonderful. We also have Guillermo from What We Do in Shadows in this.
Oh, yes.
And I adore him. I'm so glad he's doing more stuff. And I'm really interested in a DreamWorks film that is going to look at feline mortality.
I mean, yeah, that we need that. By the way, the guy who plays Gizmo or Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows, Ann and I, we love him. So we always get a kick. So he's in that. What's the insurance company does with the lizard?
Oh, it's Geico.
Geico. So he does that one Geico commercial with the lizard. But then watching Jack Reacher, all of a sudden he popped up. He's the what's the ME? No, not the medical examiner. He is the
coroner.
The coroner. He's the coroner in Jack Reacher. And it's like, it's kind of cool to see him stretching his boundaries a bit. Anyway, Rob, you hear about this? What do you think about another Puss in Boots?
Well, speaking of feline mortality, I just want to shout out one of my mom's cats died over the weekend.
One less problem in the world. Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon. I'm sorry.
My mom's a big golfer. And she rescued these two cats, Bunker and Bogey.
I do like the name.
She's a big golfer.
That's a pretty good name. I like those names.
Bogey passed away from stomach cancer. So feline, not to bum you out, Chris.
I'm so sad now.
But no, so Mom, there you go. I think I love the Puss in Boots character. I thought that getting Antonio Banderas to voice that character was inspired.
Genius.
I mean, it was, and that whole, I think Antonio Banderas has had roles when he played Armand in Interview with a Vampire. I'm like, just the way he spoke. I love, he can do no wrong. Coming out from Spain, and oh man, I love that guy. So Yeah, Zorro. Bring it on, John. I'm a huge fan, and what a great voice cast. And I'm sure the wishing thing always kind of worries me ever since Wonder Woman 84. I don't think anyone.
that causes a little bit of concern.
Yeah, I'm like, wishes. Yeah, you know what my problem with wishes are though, John? Whenever somebody like makes a wish about something, even if it's like you have three, you rub a lamp and a genie comes out and gives you a wish. There's always some bad ramifications. Like you never thought like. You make a wish, but then there's always something that comes along that you didn't think about.
I wish I was famous. Well, okay, you're the world's most notorious mass murderer.
Yeah, it's always something like that. Now, if there's a genie, it makes sense. But if there's just some rando stone you rub, like is there some intellect behind it? Is there some place in the universe where, so-and-so's used this wish rock? And then there's got to be somebody that decides like all the details of the wish. Like who makes those decisions? So that's why I've never liked... Like, what if the wish people go, well, what if we only give him back 6 of his lives?
Dude, I remember I was like 13 and I knew that if I ever came across a genie or something, got to make a wish, before I would do it, I would go hire a lawyer and write out every conceivable clause in a contract. Say, this is my wish specifically.
He's gone by
And
then.
why doesn't anyone do that?
He's taken off by then.
Why doesn't anyone just have 2 wishes and then save their 3rd wish and say, Mr. Genie, I would like you to take this wish, this 3rd wish, and do with it what you would like to do. Hopefully that would secure the first 2 wishes.
Because of human greed.
Well,
Rob.
that's the whole premise of Aladdin, isn't it?
I guess so.
Which is, I'm going to save my 3rd wish for you, Genie.
Spoiler.
Spoilers.
In case you're not familiar with Aladdin.
Spoiler alert.
Well, maybe I should take just 1 wish and give the other 2 to genies.
But by the way, I should address this quickly. A few people saying, when did you change the start time of the show? We didn't. We always start the show at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, the clock's changed. Happens twice a year, guys.
Yeah.
Get on the thing. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about the first look at the synopsis for the upcoming Puss in Boots? I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of this character. I really like it. A lot of people aren't, and that's fine too. Are you excited for it? Maybe you're not. Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down into the comment section below and leave us your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Policy Genius. Life insurance can give you peace of mind that if something happens to you, your loved ones would have a financial cushion for rent or mortgage payments, loans, education costs, and everyday expenses. Policy Genius is your one-stop shop to find and buy the insurance that you need. You can click in the description or head to policygenius.com/Campea and answer a few questions. In just a few minutes, you can compare personalized quotes from top companies to find your lowest price. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius, because the team of licensed experts at Policy Genius will help you understand your options and apply for the policy that you choose. The Policy Genius team works for you, not for the insurance companies. You can trust them to offer unbiased help and advocate for you at every step until you're covered. And to make things even better, Policy Genius doesn't add on extra fees, they don't sell your info to third parties, and Policy Genius has thousands of 5-star reviews across Google and Trustpilot. So right now, head to policygenius.com/Campea to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save.